Hello and welcome to my workshop. Today I'm just going to do a couple of small bowls. I have these bowl blanks, really pieces of wood right now, but that I've already ground down to make room for the chuck, so I could drill a hole and put a woodworm screw on them, and so we can turn them on the lathe. I got 3 of them ready to go, but I'm only going to be recording one of them for you to watch because it's going to be a very short video. With that, let's get started. So I went ahead and punched a hole in the center of each one of these. So let's just worry about the one we're going to follow for now. Let's see, it looks like I got to come up a little bit, don't I? Alrighty. Okay. I like to do this on the drill press. That way I know the hole is straight up and down. I could have used my drill, but I sometimes have a habit of not being exactly straight up and down. This makes it easier in the long run. And of course I got my collar stop on there so it knows where to stop at. I've always used tape, but then I came across these and they're pretty handy. All right, so we're going to go inside and get this put on the lathe. All right, first I'm going to insert the screw, the woodworm screw right here. These come with every chuck. If you haven't bought a chuck yet, most of you probably have. If you're like me, you got more chucks than you know what to do with, but if you're just getting started, these little things come with a chuck usually, and they're very handy because you put them on here and then you turn your lathe on slow. All right, let's turn this thing down. About as slow as I can go is 325, so that's about as slow as I can go without it stopping at this setting. I mean, I've got it set with the belt in the middle. That's always fun. Anyway, let me tighten this down and then I can tighten this. The reason I said that the woodworm screw is handy to have is that you can hold your wood onto the chuck until you can get a tenon or whatever on the bottom, and then you can turn around and attach it to the chuck. Um, I wasn't quite set up. There we go. All right, let me get a longer rest on here. Now, a lot of times I would take it to the bandsaw and cut the edges off, but this is a very small piece of wood, so I figured, let me just do it all with the lathe. I'm probably going to regret that, but we'll see. All right, now the goal for this little bowl is to keep the bark, and we'll see what we can do about keeping the bark on here. All right, so just kind of get this thing turning. Then I'll bring this up for safety, help keep it on there. a little wobbly. It's going to take a little bit to get it straightened up, then we can turn it up. I can go ahead and turn it up now some. Now, I don't want to go too fast turning this because sometimes just that force can knock the bark off, can throw it off if I hit it wrong. So, all right, we're going to get this thing done. Not too high. There we go. That's a start. Okay, let me get more light on this thing, huh? Ah, look at the bark. Yeah, a big chunk of bark came out. Yeah, there's a lot of insect holes and stuff. There's bound to have problems at some point. All right, I forgot to put my boot things on. I'm getting shavings in my boots. All right, that piece came off, but you know what? There's a lot of open space in there, so it's hard telling what we're gonna find. You never know. Every piece of wood's unique. let's see where we're at. A little bit more. Okay, just a little bit more. Alrighty. That's a start. Gotta get that a little better here. Alrighty. Back down. Oh, crap. What I'm doing here is I'm refining the tenon so that I put the right angle on it. So when I do turn it around and put it on the chuck, it'll fit on there nicely and hold on the best it can. You know, this tool I'm using here is used just solo for that. That's what it's made for. All right. All right, before putting it on, flipping it around and doing the inside, I'm going to go ahead and cut the hole for the medallion. I have these medallions. Most of you, if you know me, you already know about these medallions, but they're 1.25 inches in diameter. So of course I'm using a Forstner bit for 1.25 inches. And that's all it is. It's to put this in later as a marker for the bowl. You know, I don't write very well. So instead of writing my name and doing all that, and I'm really bad about writing it with a heat gun or something, heat pen or something. But so instead, I do this. Okay. That's all that is to that. Now all I have to do is turn it over. Now I didn't sand it completely, but I got most of it off. Let me sand that real quick before I turn it around. Actually, another thing I want to do before I do that is to kind of define this a little bit better. Yeah, I like that better. Give it a little bit of something anyway. All right, so I'm gonna finish sanding this and then I'll flip it around. All right, let me lock this, try to spin this off. No, the whole thing's coming off. Well, I'm gonna have to use my vice grips to remove the woodworm screw. It happens often. Gets in there, don't want to let go. Alrighty. These little bowls are nice. People like the small bowls, I think, because they fit almost anywhere, and some of the real tiny ones I can make are great for jewelry, rings and things, next to a sink, you know, so. All right, let me get up here close and personal. Start digging this thing out. Okay, let's start. We lower this. All right, let me take a quick look at this, see where we're at. Okay. Looks good. My light came down and got in your way there, didn't it? Let's get in my way. I apologize for the glare on the with the light. I got a new light and it's much brighter than I thought it would be. So I try to calm it down. I'm not sure how well I did though. Okay, we're looking good. Feels good. There's some lines in there, but I'll get them out later. I got lots of bug business going on here. I'm surprised that held on. That thing's barely holding on there. I can't have that on there. What I'll do is I'll clean that off, kind of smooth that all out. I do that with a sander or something. One side couldn't keep on, but I'll just leave. I don't know if I'll take both sides off, haven't decided. Okay, let me fix this. too low. With this negative rake scraper, you want to approach it almost down a little. You don't, or down like this. You don't want to be up too high like this, because that's the only way it can get a snag. But I have yet to have this thing ever catch wood. Works great. All right, that looks pretty good. Just some sanding, some cleaning up of the edge, digging out some more hole. I don't know if you can see this. This brown color here is wood, but it's wood that a bug has eaten and spit out as it made its way through the wood, and it's real soft, so it comes right out by picking it out. So that's what I'll do, is I'll clean this up, then I'll come back with the reveal. Okay. All right, it's all sanded. They got where the grubs. It's a type of wood grub that does this to this. It likes between the bark and the wood. So I just dig it out. It's just part of, now it's just part of the bowl. It's just the way it is. I liked it rustic. All sanded, got the medallion on it. Okay. Now all I gotta do is we're gonna use some Mahoney's walnut oil. This works really well. Any oil, it seeps into the wood, where other things like urethanes would sit on top of the wood. So I like to use natural oils. And well, all I do is just rub it in. Now what we'll do, I'll be sitting here babysitting this for the next hour. And about every 15 minutes, I'll add more oil if it looks like it's getting dry. Just because I want it to seep into the wood, right? So I got them holes. I like to put oil right in the holes. That way the wood's getting coated good. There we go. Well, you don't want to be sparing with this. Just get it very wet, and then watch it, and then remove excess, or just add it if it needs more. Within an hour, you'll know, and then you'll just wipe it all down, and then you'll polish it. And then once it dries, you can add other oil, waxes to it if you want to shine it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it does a really good job. This is that Florida live oak. I have lots of it, and I like it because it's all natural. Just this rough, rustic looking bowl, candy dish, or something to throw your keys in, something that just sits on the table. People like these. I like this kind. I prefer this over a regular bowl any day. I mean, a bowl's a bowl, but this is not just a bowl. Mother Nature made this bowl. I just happen to help become a bowl, if that makes any sense. And when I say Mother Nature, I mean God, of course. God made this bowl. Okay? So I'm going to babysit it, keep adding oil if I see it drying up. And then we'll come back and finish it up. All right, the bowl is all done. I put a couple coats of oil in it, Mahoney's walnut oil. It's still a little wet, but I just wanted to show you the final bowl. It's just a tiny little bowl, good for candy or, like I said before, maybe keys or something thrown in it. Jewelry, watches, things like that. All right, so I'll finish wiping it down, but I just want to thank you very much for staying tuned, watching this bowl be made. I want to ask you to please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Ring that notification bell so you know when the next videos are out. And I just want to say thank you very, very much, and God bless, and have a great day.